Yes. Wow,
It's white fish in the beer.
Yeah, baby. Woo-hoo-hoo! The worst beer I ever had.
You need more water.
Yes.
Lager in 4 decades.
En gång till.
Porters and stouts. These are some porters and stouts from the UK, the US, and Sweden. And today we are going to find out if you can actually tell the difference between a porter and the stout. And once again, I brought back Anna. Welcome.
I'm back.
And I have bought your favorite porter. It's this one.
Yes.
And maybe this one.
And also that one, yeah. Especially when it was new. But this is one of my all-time favorites. And there's also one called Oceanbryggeriet Arbetarporter from the same brewery. That's also mine. So yes, we have 2 big favorites and 3 that I haven't tried at all.
And for me, everything is new, as you know. And hopefully, none of these beers will go down the drain, as has happened in the past. And maybe let's start with the weakest one. I think you can call all of these beers imperial porters and stouts because of the high alcohol, except for this one, which is only
4.9?
4.2.
4.2.
Let's start with that. Will you do the honors?
Yes, of course.
Number 1 from Oceanbryggeriet. Ocean means surprisingly ocean. Interestingly, isn't porter the preferred beverage for oysters? I thought.
I've been vegan and then vegetarian for so long time. I have never had oysters actually. I don't know. I was eating like chocolate is my go-to thing with porter.
Maybe we can try that later.
Maybe so.
And maybe some cheeses. Who knows? All right, let's have a sniff then first. So when I think of stouts, I think of pretty light and dry beer. And this smells more sweet of figs maybe.
The first thing that I thought of was actually something salty, like sea.
Like oysters.
Yeah, maybe. But I think this is a typical modern porter or stout. This is what we're going to talk about porter and stout. Is there a difference? And I mean, when you have this is only 4.2, but the smell of it is that you would think that it's 10% or something because
something salty. I know what you mean now. Almost like halloumi, the cheese.
Yeah, I was gonna do an encore with the Italian sausages again. You know, that little bit of garlicky, maybe not garlic this time, but I don't get figs at all. Licorice.
Do you smell the coffee?
Yeah, but it's that kind of stout that you have these both licorice and chocolate and tar and, you know, a little bit in between. But I still have that salty thing first.
Yeah, interesting. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, I get a little bit of mild chocolate and coffee. Toast in Irish, maybe then. It's slante.
Oh, I didn't know that. Let's do that.
Slante.
Oh, Jesus. I didn't see that coming. It's super bitter. I could never guess that it was going to be so bitter. Like really stingy on the tongue because it smells so much rounder. But I think it's because it's such a low percentage. This is where the alcohol comes in. Like, but you see what I mean? It's really bitter. Really like that kind of...
This is actually what I think of when I think of stouts. Now this is a low alcohol stout, of course, so it's a bit more watery, like Guinness we tried the other week. But when you get a bit of that, it's almost like, you know, when you have had your cup of coffee, there could be some residue at the bottom.
Mm.
So in Swedish we say kaffesump, which is kind of bitter and not very pleasant. It has a little bit of that coffee residue taste maybe.
I'm just very confused now because it was so much salt in the and now it doesn't smell so salty anymore after this explosion of bitterness in my mouth. Yeah, I'm almost angry.
But that's also an interesting discussion. Can you actually smell bitterness? Some say you can't.
Like never.
Like never.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Here it says bitterness 3 out of 5, fulliness 3 out of 5, sweetness 2 out of 5. Well, I would say 5 out of 5 to the bitterness. I'm angry over here. I didn't like this at all.
So because it's lighter and drier, the bitterness kind of overwhelms you more. If this would have been higher alcohol, sweeter, more other flavors, maybe it wouldn't have felt as bitter.
Maybe because the more I drink, the more it tastes like water and bitter. There's no roundness to it, and there's no. I mean, when you did the first this is gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
You get all this. Smells good. I'm so surprised.
You're getting angrier by the minute.
Yes, actually, I will never buy this.
For me, this is a typical stout, but we also have some more imperial stouts later we can compare to. But now is maybe a perfect opportunity to try the other one from the same brewery. And this time it's a porter, but of course a much stronger one. But yeah, let's compare them side by side. Maybe Anna will get a bit happier.
This is one of my favorites, so that's a good start. But I haven't had it in a very long while, so... You want to open it?
No.
You still trust my technique?
I made a mess the last time.
No, it's not my foam day today.
But do these beers really get a big head, usually?
Not a big, but you need at least something. What is happening? It
does look a little sad.
Yeah.
So let's first sniff the first one to remember the salty. Yeah, I remember this one. And then the Arbetarporter. It's the workers' porter from the city of Gothenburg, the workers' city.
You can feel that it's like that's Ocean. Because I've had a lot of Ocean beers because I lived in Gothenburg a long while. So it has a typical smell from that brewery. You know, some breweries can have a signature smell and taste. Mm-hmm. You have that absolute Ocean smell on this one too. But there's another roundness. Here I would say a little more sweeter.
It reminds me of one or two of the barley wines.
Yeah, but I said so during that, like I talked about Portugal Stout a lot, so during the barley wine. Yeah, that
came up, yeah.
Also here it's 4 out of 5 in fulliness. That one has 3, so. And
it's harder with low alcohol beer to get the fullness, true. I guess. Smells delicious. More like a dessert. Now I definitely get the figs. None of the saltiness. Or maybe a little sprinkle of sea salt. I think of a chocolate brand we have in Sweden called Marabou. They have a raisin chocolate bar.
Oh, that the nuts and raisins.
Yeah, with nuts. I don't get the nuts maybe, but the chocolate mixed with the raisins.
Yeah. I can see that. Or smell that.
Because it's a porter, we just go the English way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, cheers.
Cheers. The bitterness, is not that striking as in any way.
But it has a booziness. And as I've talked about before, I'm a bit sensitive to high alcohol beers just for that reason. So the booziness is kind of bitter to me, but it's not the coffee residue bitterness, but more of a kind of boozy bitterness. I don't know if you know what I mean.
The bitterness doesn't strike me at all. Sure, I've had this beer before so many times. I know that I like it. But for me, the first one was more, I got pissed off. It's so bitter that I'm angry. This is more what I would want from a porter, with it, like with a lot of fulliness and a lot of flavors, and you have that, just like we talked about with the barley wine types of this, but not bitter. Well, sure, there's a little bit, but not like as a first-hand thing you think of.
Yeah, it's kind of the same booziness or bitterness as in strong Belgian ales. It's kind of spicy or boozy, and I mixed that up somehow with bitterness.
I never thought it.
But you think this is round and pleasant?
Yeah, but I like. I mean, almost all the beers that I like are around 10%. So I'm not. That's everything that's under 10% is a bit lame for me.
Yeah.
If it isn't like in the south, I mean, like light lagers that you drink in the south.
So this was 9.0%. That's the only thing that makes me not relax as much. That I think I had some experience in the youth drinking too much tequila or vodka or something, and now I'm super sensitive to high alcohol. But I don't get that in wine. Wine is stronger.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. It's stronger, but you never get that.
That boozy
they put
punch.
something else in the beer. Cocaine. Feel a little bit strange.
One can only hope. But yeah, I liked this better than the Oyster Stout, at least. But now let's maybe see if we can find a sweet, full stout. This is a classic one, I've heard, from Founders in the US. KBS. Can you guess what that stands for?
No.
Give it.
Kentucky Bride Chicken.
What do you think the S stands for?
Could be stout.
Could be stout. Kentucky is right. And the B?
Boozy stout.
Boozy. That's actually a good one. Kentucky Breakfast Stout.
Oh.
And this is the original. They make different kinds, different flavors. Barrel aged. Does it say? No, it's not 12 years. 12%. So the strongest one so far. So it's interesting. I've never seen it, and it's a classic, you say? In the US. I think this was just a temporary supply here in Sweden. But
yeah, I've never seen it. Oh, it's aged in bourbon barrels. This could add some sweetness.
Yeah, it should. Maybe some vanilla. Would you once again please do the honors?
Yes. It can not get worse.
It sure can.
Or maybe I just remember it wrong. I just expected just a little bit of foam, but maybe it's true. There's not that much foam, except for Guinness then. Guinness, Guinness have that 1 centimeter classic. That's, and you pour it in different. I saw someone commenting on your last video, like you pour it wrong. The Guinness is at,
Yeah, it was a sad sight or something like that, which was absolutely true. But I think in Guinness you use another gas. It's not the usual.
Have it in. There's a gas.
Oh, yeah.
I'm back.
Look at that.
Back in the
What
foam business.
a comeback. Okay, let's have a sniff on this American stout. Ooh, that's a compact smell.
My brain is directly tequila. I get a party feeling in my head. This smells really good.
It smells like a drink, a cocktail.
Is it weed I'm smelling? Like some
Weed.
Mariana? Porter. Not as catchy.
It's a stout, actually.
Oh, stout, sorry. Stout. Stout.
Yeah, doesn't work. Yeah, but now I know what you mean. Some people say stinging nettle. So brännässla. Which is kind of have that. It's not as dank, not as weedy, but it has that that green aroma, but not like grass, more like stinging nettle. But some kind of berries, blackberries.
Yeah.
Hint of vanilla as well. You know, why do I think of chocolate when you have sprinkled something light brown on top? Weed. It smells really sweet
like
and fruity.
Yeah, but you do like that and it will smell like coffee right away. Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, more coffee in the foam somehow.
Yeah, when you like really stir it around like that.
In the most American accent. Cheers.
Cheers. I'm not overjoyed. When it smells so
inviting.
And with such, I mean, there was coffee, there was björnbär, as we say in is it blackberries in
I
English?
think so.
And you have all these variations of, and then you taste, and it's only one taste.
To me, this is actually true for all the three so far, that the aroma is much more interesting than the taste itself.
I'm not angry. It's not bad, actually. It's good. But I think that I'm a little bit picky, maybe, since I had so many through my long life. And my favorite kind of stout and porters are in a different area, in another league.
But you still prefer the Arbetarporter the most?
But with this one, I have to say this, though. This is one of my favorites, but my real favorite is this. This is Arbetarporter, Workers' Porter, but there's a special brew in Gothenburg at a special bar. It's only sold in this bar called Järntorget, Iron Square. Järntorget is a very famous spot in Gothenburg. It's only sold at that particular bar in Gothenburg, and it has another level of flavors and alcohol level. So maybe I'm remembering that one, maybe. Drinking this one, I'm not disappointed, but it's not the sensation that I remembered. So I would say that these two are in the same kind of, this is more heavy, more coffee, and this is a little bit more sweeter.
Maybe it's a little bit like, the story about, is it Västvretelen number 12? Decide on a time and you have to be there to buy the beer at the monastery. It's one of those beers that are supposed to be the best in the world. But because it's so hard to get...
The sensation of the experience of buying it.
Yeah, it influences the taste maybe.
Could be. And once again, it's all about batches.
But now I want to go to Iron Square in Gothenburg and taste that porter.
Iron Square, Arbetarporter. Yeah, it's something else. I must. This is a bit more lame in a thinner. And the Iron Square version of this one is more powerful. Like the ones I told you, like Yeti and the American, it's like drinking a dessert. It's both like chocolate and licorice. It's like like a dessert porter, I would say. But I'm only angry at number 1. Number 2 and 3, I would absolutely buy again.
Yeah. This is actually, when you say it tastes like a dessert, that was one of my first experiences with expensive Swedish pastry stout that was supposed to taste like a dessert. Tasted like water and kind of the coffee residue, not much sweetness at all. It was from the famous brewery Omnipollo here in, north of
the coffee stout.
Stockholm. Name some pastries.
Cheesecake.
No.
Tiramisu. Brownie.
Brownie. I think we're getting close.
It should be something with chocolate, I guess.
Mud.
Wait a minute. Mud cake. Mud cake porter, I think it is.
It was a stout.
Mm-hmm.
Not
because
a porter.
there is a stout, but there's a stout porter that is called mud cake. It could be another brewery, of course, but
mud cake. Maybe it was that one.
Mm-hmm.
And people praise it, and I poured it down the drain, and it was really expensive. And I was not angry, but very sad.
It's okay to be angry to buy an expensive beer and it tastes like nothing. It's allowed.
But so far, this has not met my worst fears.
Mm-hmm.
This is okay.
But do you feel after 2-3 sips there's a very clear coffee taste? I would say.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
that is pleasant.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very strange when you have that, when you smell it and you feel the raisins and so much. The only thing that is left from the sniffing is the coffee, I would say. And coffee, what you said, reduced, the thing that is left.
Residue.
Residue.
I don't know if that's what you call it, but it is one of those coffee brands that has berry flavor. I still feel the berries, but more like it's in the coffee.
Berry.
Okay, the workers' porter again is sweeter, I think, if you compare.
Right, yeah.
So far, stouts are drier. That's a difference, I think. I don't know if you agree.
Well, this is the thing that I yesterday got this question about porter and stout, and I with great confidence said well, it's just two different names. There's actually no difference. This is what I've been taught from such a long time back. And then we Googled it, and it was a difference in the brewery technique. But then we discussed it in the modern world of porter and stout. I would say you could never tell the difference between a porter and a stout, because now there's so many variations. I mean, if you're in Gothenburg, there's also this porter festival in October. And you have porter aged on tequila, what you call it, barrels, tequila barrels. It sounds super strange, and it's a different taste. I mean, there's so many variations of. So if it's malted or not, if the barley is malted or not, there's no, So,
yeah, there is traditional differences, but nowadays the breweries can make.
Porter was first, we know that from history, and stout came from Ireland afterwards. And there's the difference in the barley. But I could never say that this is a porter and this is a stout. And in a moment we will have a beer where it says both.
Yeah.
On the label.
And if you search, in Sweden we have Systembolaget, the alcohol monopoly supermarket, and they clump together stouts and porters. You can't separate them.
Easy for us because it's not our brewery. It's not like for English and Irish people. Maybe there's a huge feud in this, but for us it's dark things. We put it on the same shelf, porter stout-ish things.
But it seems like even the experts don't really know anymore what the difference is. So now we'll go to the UK. And the double Gatekeeper export porter. And you don't need an opener for this one. Can you do the Swedish trick? Yeah?
I only know the sound of it.
Try it. Try it. Just this time. I tried on camera 2 or 3 times, and I kind of failed every time. So you can do just like.
Okay. Sorry.
It's the Swedish way. I pressured you. This is my punishment.
No, I got the rhythmics right. Since I'm a musician,
It's hard. The first part is easy, but then you have to time the actual opening, and that's always late. Or you,
like I did, painted the table brown.
Yeah. Did we say if this was a porter or a stout?
It's a stout. No, it's a porter.
Are you sure?
No.
Let's
wanna?
taste
Okay, no.
And maybe, yeah.
No, I don't remember.
They are kind of different, all four of them so far.
The thing is that if I would close my eyes and smell it, I would almost guess that it was a sour beer. Some grape?
I'm not familiar with the sour beers either.
They are very, sour.
Yeah.
But it has some grape or some... That's funny. But then, in second hand, there's that coffee again.
I get the same kind of soft coffee, chocolate figs again.
But it's the schizo thing about it, that it's like a grapefruit and then it's coffee, which is two different sensations.
Yeah, definitely. Two different styles of beer. It shouldn't be any grapefruit in here. It's something... I tried Autumn Box from the Netherlands. Which one was it? It had this kind of sweet, almost artificial sweet and the sourness.
Yeah, but maybe it's that part that is it's a bit chemical again.
But it's mostly in the foam, it seems.
Could be, yeah.
It smells a bit dry and overripe. The things I'm always afraid of in beers. I think of cherries, but it's super dry. So, cheers, Mike.
Not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
But the thing is that it's very cozy.
That's a flavor. Such a cozy flavor.
I make up new things. Italian sausage and coziness.
This is round and pleasant.
Extremely round, I would say.
And the bitterness is more like the noble hop bitterness you can get in German beers. Mild grass, spice. Somehow it's not stingy.
It's very good. But the thing is that I usually like much more Zimbara-zoom. And this is so pleasant. It's just give me some more.
It's not
Busta Rhymes would sing.
It's not a smack in the face. It's a cozy hug.
I think it's a porter.
Yeah.
Woohoo! You can also see it's an octopus. It's an octopus here that will hug you. So they thought about it.
Yeah.
You get an octopus hug.
It's export porter. So is this something more popular abroad, from the UK maybe?
They just try to be special. Let's put something new, like export. Sounds cool.
They say, a deeper and darker journey than its predecessor. Discover a rich dark chocolate and notes of coffee in this export porter.
You never sounded more Swedish. But
it's Finnish here.
There's always some Finnish people in the beer. But if you look at the... it looks American. It's like double Gatekeeper, man. Export porter. Or several octopuses.
Octopi.
Octopus. I'm very happy now.
This was delicious.
And now in the aftertaste, there's some saltiness to it. Maybe it's the octopus. And we'll see about the last one that we saved, because I think that's going to be another sensation in another way. I feel happy and drunk in 3 seconds. I don't know what happened. Woohoo!
Yeah, I think this is my favorite so far. So you are looking at our last contender. And is it a porter or a stout? That's the question.
Okay, bring the bottle. This is a porter that that was super praised in Sweden. I think it's like 2012, I think. It got a huge prize in Sweden, like this is the best fucking beer you'll ever taste prize. And it was so expensive and it tasted amazing. This is Råg-Kaggen Agitator.
Yeah, it's the 2022 edition of Stormaktsporter. And this is actually a suggestion from a viewer. Can't remember who, but you know who you are.
You know who you are. And here's the thing. Stormaktsporter was a huge thing. It was super expensive. Me and my ex-boyfriend shared one on his birthday because it was like, what do you say? Like 250 Swedish crowns, which should be about 20 pounds, 20 euros, $20, something like that. But when you read underneath, it says Imperial Stout. With
What?
What? So, I mean, me yesterday on this party feeling like a stupid asshole saying that there's no difference between porter and stout, and it clearly was.
Here's the proof.
Here's the proof that you, even Närke's Kulturbryggeri, don't know. But we know that there's a difference in the brewery techniques, so I don't know the English word for jung. Jung is something that grows in the forest in Sweden. Jung honey. It's brewed 2 years ago, kinda. Aged on Ray whiskey barrels for 4 months. Please share the bottle with some nice friends. There's some...
You can't drink this alone. That's the sentiment.
I'm not gonna get my hopes up because...
Yeah, low expectation.
Good foam.
Nice foam.
Good foam. Are you excited?
I am excited.
Are you excited? I'm excited.
I've also saved this for a special occasion.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm the special occasion. Oh, my lord. It smells so good.
I need to compare.
But it's so perfect. It's a...
It has some port.
Even if I'm half Portuguese, living I'm a lot in Portugal, I actually don't like port wine.
It's port coupled with melted chocolate sauce and something a little pungent, some sort of fresh berries.
I can't find the word for it. I wouldn't say berries, but it's there's something on the sweeter side because there's clearly this coffee thingy again, but then you have this lighter, fresher thing.
I get a lot of wine aromas actually. It's almost like if I would smell this blindly, I would guess this was a wine.
Really?
Yeah.
A wine? No. If you really stir it around like this and work up the foam, you will... There's back to the porter again.
Yeah, maybe you have. What is it in the foam? It's...
Perfume.
But you drink cherry?
If I drink cherry?
You do drink cherry. You have told me. Cherry. Cherry?
Oh, I thought you meant cherries, like the berries.
Yeah, that's my
Cherry.
Swedish
Cherry.
pronunciation.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
And isn't the aroma kind of like... I can't
Sure.
remember.
Since cherry is old wine.
Yeah.
It smells like old ladies before lunch.
Have you seen... What's it called? Clockwork, I think. Or Clockwise. In Swedish, ursäkta, vad är klockan? Strange translation. Pardon me, what is the time? But it's a
movie.
It's starring John Cleese as the headmaster. Yeah, and somehow he also runs into this old woman, speaking of her old sherry glasses.
But there's something with old fine ladies and sherries and perfume. There's a red line between that.
A perfect mix.
Lonely rich women.
Yeah, but it smells amazing, really.
Yes, it does.
Let's toast in Swedish then.
Okay. Skål!
Skål!
Yeah, baby! Woo-hoo-hoo! This is the thing. I knew this would happen. This is what I like. This is the ones that I like. that you have in those really, really thick, like I said, like Yeti, the iron square version of Arbetarporter. You have this like discotheque in your mouth.
It's back to a little bit of the booziness again.
Maybe that's why I like it.
This is 12.1% ABV.
No, so it's not that strong to make that huge impression, because this was also the Kentucky Bride Chicken. It's also 12, but this is something else. Oh, I'm so happy now.
What was the barrel? So it's a rye.
Oh yeah, right.
Keg.
That's right.
And for how long?
4 years.
4 months.
4 months. I'm not so straight with the facts. It was something with 4 years, months. Yes.
Longer in 4 decades.
This is so good. Show the people. You have to. Everybody have to order this now.
Once more. Oh, new aroma. Oh, it was very unexpected. What was it? Yeah, I get the salt. It's salty. I think it's some kind of fish. Is it fish?
Oh, but yes, it's more salty overall.
It's some kind of white fish.
Well, I wouldn't know.
White fish in the beer.
Damn it! I wouldn't know.
That's so unexpected. But I guess you could say it's salty. So strange.
I'm more getting to the chemical way.
Ceviche. Have you tasted that? The Peruvian traditional dish, where you kind of ferment the fish in lemon or lime, and that's the way you cook it.
I haven't eaten meat or fish since the 90s, man.
The 1998.
Kind of, yeah.
Maybe I remember the last time.
that I ate fish.
I remember you having oysters.
I've never eaten oysters, but we were together. Not together, but we were at the same school.
Yeah, we studied music together.
School. Yeah, at the same school, the same year that I turned vegetarian for life. So it could be. No fish for me in the mouth, but...
It's booze here. And maybe that's not my thing. I have a problem with double IPAs and triple IPAs as well, because I can really feel the alcohol.
But it's so salty and good. It's so... I'm finishing this now.
I think I actually prefer the Buxton.
I cannot even grasp that. No, I cannot. Well, I can in a one way see that you are more of this cozy guy, and I'm more this slap in your face girl. Give it to me, baby. And you want more. La 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 la. Oh baby, give me a blanket.
You need more water.
Thank you. Now I'm back to normal again.
Okay, so we have still a little bit in our glasses, and we have a little bit of cheeses and crackers and some chocolates. I tried to get kind of a British theme here, because we are drinking mostly a British style, and an Irish, of course, I know. In Sweden, we only sell traditional Stilton around Christmas, otherwise you can't get it. This is a blue Stilton.
Well, the regular one was fantastic. After me getting used to the moldy part, it was great.
Yeah, it smelled suspicious, but tasted really nice.
But this Stilton blue cheese looks like the Swedish blue cheese, where the mold is everywhere. Like the Stilton that we had together with the barley wines, the mold was only on top, which made it look like it was gone bad. That was my point.
I think this is Swedish. I'm not sure. That was a bit unclear. Yeah.
What?
After all this beer, so nice to have something salty and I think we need
Oh my
food.
lord.
It didn't really add anything, but
I like it.
it didn't collide either.
No, I like it. I'm a bit excited about trying the cheese together with the one that we got angry about.
Yeah.
Because
Does
that
it
was
help at all?
like with the barley wine. Actually, the blue cheese for me was the beer that I liked like the least. Was the one that I thought was best together with the cheese.
That's true.
Now it was even worse.
I thought you were going to say the opposite. Oh, now it's now it's pretty drinkable. Let's have another bite and try number 2.
Oh, now it tasted like something you pick up from the bottom of the sea. In a good way.
Candle. It smells like Christmas candles. And then you should say, yeah, I know.
No, but it wasn't a bad combination either. I think it was nice. Number 1, the beer disappeared totally. Here, there was still some combination that worked.
It didn't really add anything new, but yeah, it didn't clash either.
But the cheese itself is so amazing, actually.
Blue Stilton. Do you have this in the UK? Let us know. Did you think any of the beers kind of was enhanced by the cheese?
Oh, I liked number 5 and number 2. But I think number 5 together still is the best one. Where it's like helping each other, lifting each other.
Yeah, I think I agree. Number 5, the Stormaktsporter, the Swedish one, is kind of powerful in itself, so it matches the cheese. And the other ones, for me, was just, well, they are kind of better off on their own. But now we have the interesting red cheese. So it's made by something called the Belton Farm. Great British cheesemakers since 1922. Vintage Red Fox. Award-winning vintage red Leicester or Leicester. Typical age for 18 months. With a cunningly unexpected crunch.
Why are you so silent?
I don't taste much.
No, me neither.
Maybe without the cracker then.
This is a bit more like sour. On the like sour side, it's really good. But it took a while to...
It's mild.
No, it's good.
It's better without the cracker.
Yeah, actually, yeah. No, it's good. It's kind of cream cheesy way.
The cream cheeses you buy with different kind of herbs and stuff.
Exactly.
Have one more and then...
Together with a beer.
Yeah.
This is going to be exciting.
It's
So
sweeter. So that's
Yeah.
interesting.
And this sourness, I mean, it's like hard sour cream. With a little bit of fox.
My favorite. The huggy one.
The huggy one. This might be a cheese that doesn't go together with porter and stouts at all.
Maybe, yeah.
The angry beer.
Close and swallow.
Wow, this tastes like water now. This is the worst beer I ever had.
But can you name one good low alcohol stout?
No.
No,
Well,
no,
yes,
please.
I can. Yeah.
Yeah?
I was in Portugal last week and I had a porter. It was like 4.55. It was amazing.
Okay.
A little bit perfumey, but this is not... I don't understand this one.
Do you remember the name?
Oitava is the name of the brewery. Oitava is from Graça in Portugal, in Lisboa.
Maybe we'll put a picture here.
Yeah.
And a description in the...
Really cool
In the
brewery.
description.
Very local brewery in Lisbon. Yeah, but I'm fascinated. This is so bad. It's so bad. It's
But
bad by itself and it's really bad with cheeses. It tastes like water. For real, it tastes like water. Oceanbryggeriet in Gothenburg is a great brewery. I just understand this one. I don't understand it.
Sometimes you just don't appreciate the style.
And sometimes it's just the truth. It's a bad beer.
Yeah.
What can I say? What can I say?
I guess. Okay,
Sickening.
number 2 then.
That's
Workers'
the
Porter.
Workers' Porter from the same brewery. No, this
that
was
a
actually
nice combination.
because the small smokiness of this number 2 came out a little bit more together with this cheese. Wow, really surprised. Cool.
But we have so little beer left. Do you want to try with some chocolate?
Yes.
This is dark chocolate with orange, and this is dark chocolate with berries and fruits. Yeah.
Berries and fruits, I would say.
Maybe take half with the angry stout, just to try to save it. Some dignity still for the Ocean stout.
What the fuck? This is the worst beer ever.
Nothing can save it.
Nothing can save it. Who drinks this shit? What is this? It's bad on its own. It's bad together with everything that we've eaten. If you like it, you're not our friend anymore.
Yes, you
You're
are.
not my friend anymore.
So now then.
This is a really good chocolate. Number 5. There was some crash in the palate, I think here.
Yeah.
It doesn't go together at all.
No. So
This
maybe
is so salty and powerful, and this is something sweet that doesn't even... It's not in the palate on this one. It's just a total crash.
salt and sweet is often a common combination.
I love like chocolate with salt or licorice and those kinds of strange combinations, but this was just like suddenly this beer doesn't taste like anything, and this is so powerful.
I agree. It's wasted. Oh.
I'm too much in love
Yeah.
with this beer.
But maybe the chocolate with the Huggy one then.
The Huggy one is still Buxton Brewery.
Yeah. You usually say porters and stouts with chocolate are a perfect combination, but so far, not really a hit. Number 3 then maybe, with something more boozy, maybe the combination is better.
I think the chocolate is too sweet. I didn't like it.
I don't think it's too sweet, but it has a lot of that dark chocolate, almost overwhelming dark chocolate.
This one is only bitter now. For me.
Okay, number 2 then, just to be safe. Yeah, that's the best one.
Yeah.
For this chocolate, at least.
Because it didn't taste like garbage when it entered in your mouth.
Low expectations.
No, but it was really good. You know, when you have the chocolate in your mouth, you take the beer and it actually something good is happening in your mouth.
Yeah.
Not that crash of like bitterness or like... No, it was good.
Do you want to try the orange chocolate as well? Just to finish up the beers, maybe?
Bring it on.
Let's have a bite, and then you get to decide which one. This is chocolate and orange. A bit sweeter.
Caramelized orange.
Orange marmalade.
Yeah, I would say maybe the cozy one, number 4. You can clearly see which favorite you have and which favorite I have. Not too shabby.
Good choice. And then just not to end on a downer, let's try it with number 1.
Well, you know my answer. It's bullshit. What can you eat together with this beer? Water? Here, have some oyster stout. And together with that, water. It will fit it perfectly.
Yeah.
Oceanen, I love you, but what the fuck?
What did you do?
But maybe it's something with the oysters then that I wouldn't know anything about. Of course, the beer suits together with oysters, but even as something you will drink among friends or enemies.
I wouldn't give this to my worst enemy. Well, so Anna, what is really the difference between a porter and a stout?
I would say 2024, nothing. Because there's so much experimental things. I would never tell the difference.
And your favorite Could be either a porter or a stout.
Yeah, but my favorite is number 5. If it's not clear yet, number 5, which is Stormaktsporter and Imperial Porter Stout. What? From Närke Kulturbryggeri. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's my favorite.
Check it out. Maybe it's exported from Sweden. Who knows? But I think actually, because my sensitivity against higher alcohol beers and booziness, my favorite tonight was the Buxton Export Porter. If you like more cozy, soft-coated beer, this is for you. If you haven't seen our video about barley wines, it's over here. And remember, drink responsibly.